How you doing, Paige? It's great to
Hey,
see you
how are
again.
you doing? Long time no see.
It has been a long time, so I got two questions right off the bat for you. First, how
Ooh.
cool was it to film a part of a promo on a hockey rink? And two, what was going through your head while Rachel was answering her final question? Because you looked like you were just on eggshells.
I'll answer the first one first. So
Yeah.
first one, I mean, what's not better to put two things I love together, which is hockey and Schmodown, and combine them into one. So it's like I want to make a really fun, entertaining promo. I feel like a lot of people have been getting more and more creative with them instead of just sitting in front of this computer screen. So I was like, I want to like do something so entertaining for myself to watch and for like everyone else. So I mean, I hope I hit that mark with people.
Oh, you
Hope
totally
now
did.
maybe now people will be more intimidated by me. So that's the game plan.
Yeah. Well, after this game, they better damn well be intimidated by you.
And yeah, about the last question. Oh man, I mean, when it comes to any match, any competitor, I don't underestimate anyone because the cards can fall anyway at any time. So I was just hoping for the best. I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm just sitting there just like, please get it wrong. Please get it wrong. Which like you don't hope upon anyone, but
No,
obviously when it comes to yourself winning, you're thinking that at the end of the day. So
no, of course, and to be honest, after the match was over, it's like I kind of wanted to reach into the screen and hug you because you have all the tears. I'm like, she definitely earned it. She definitely earned that win. It was great. It was great to watch you guys get your first win. So how are you feeling after that? Like just a sense of relief that that win's off the table now?
Well, to me, it was just like that was the goal. I was like, I can't go 0-2. I was like, I'm not having a mental breakdown. This cannot happen. I'm going to prove that I deserve to be here. So I'm going to get that W, and I'm going to work my butt off to make sure that damn happens. So when it did happen, I was just like, all right, now I got to taste the glory. I want it again. So that's the game plan, is just to continue it going. So.
Yeah, no, it was like I said, it was a great match to watch. I was so happy for you at the end. Like that win was well deserved and well earned.
Thank you.
And he's back.
Hey.
Hey, man, long time no talk.
I know, right? It's been like less than 24 hours, I feel like.
I know.
I get to see your face so much. So nice.
Yeah, and the conversation that we all had on that show talking about Star Wars: The Bad Batch, man, I swear we sounded like a bunch of haters, to be honest, dude.
We did.
All three of us, man, for like 38 minutes. Nah, it's terrible. Got to go check that out, guys. But congratulations on your victory. I mean, you've called out Grace and Christian on this show a couple times. You know, give me those matches. Give me those matches. Have you taken any time, or do you have any time to breathe and enjoy it, or are you just right back at it?
Oh, I'm right back at it. I don't give I give myself a moment to breathe because I feel like, all right, I want to keep proving to myself, my faction, my manager, and everyone else out there that I deserve to be here. So for me, there's no breaks. Till the season's over, maybe I can take a week off, but nope, I'm here to prove that I'm meant to be here. So for me, it's just, you keep going.
Now, what do you do that day that you tape the match and you win? I mean, obviously you can't celebrate with people who know about the Schmodown and keep up with it, but I mean, can you go out? Do you celebrate it all? Like maybe you don't tell them that you are celebrating, but in your mind you are, or do you just sit around and hang out? What do you do when you have that victory, but you can't let it out right away?
I know. I mean, definitely like being able to like talk to my faction and stuff is so exciting. Like we were definitely like on a call like the next day, like celebrating kind of in a sense. But no, I mean, for me, it just like, it feels good. And I'm just like, all right, I got the taste of glory, but this is just the beginning and I want to keep going. So I don't want to hype myself up too much and be like, well, I got one win at least like this season. Like, no, I want it to continue to happen.
Right.
I don't want it to be like, a win's a win. Like, nope. I want it to be like on to the next win, on to the next one. Like, that's how I'm looking for. But yeah, no, it's funny because you're just like, I guess I'll have like a celebratory drink like for myself because I really can't say anything. But
what's the drink of choice?
Ooh, I mean, I love like espresso martinis or like margaritas.
Espresso martini.
Yeah, two very different things, right? But or like I do like whiskey. Like a whiskey sour sometimes.
Ow! Yeah, girl.
Yeah.
So what is up?
Oh, there's Aaron.
Hello.
Hello.
Because I know they'll spend a lot of time on the match breaking it down, I'm sure, once everyone's here, especially the numbers guy in the wings. So I want to take you away for just 1 second, because in the last, I believe it was the teams match they played, both Liz Shannon Miller and Ethan Irwin gave you specifically a lot of credit for helping them in the prep for that. What's that been like, getting to work with people who have been doing this for so many years and have had the amount of success that they've had? Because I'm sure as much as they say you've impacted them, they've had some impact on you as well.
Good question.
I mean, I'm surrounded by greatness, so I just want to be able to put forth the best effort and to help everyone out as much as possible, because when I'm getting to help someone else out, that's helping me, and I'm learning so much when I'm with all of those people on a call every single time. So just like to be surrounded by greatness, it makes you feel a little great, I think. So, I mean, it's an honor for me to be able to be like, at least I'm helping someone out, and I know that that effort is helping me out. So.
Now, be honest. How often have you picked Ethan's brain about movies he's worked on?
He told me, it's funny. I was talking to him the other day, and he was just, because he's worked on The Nice Guys, and that's like one of my favorite movies.
Oh, it's a good movie.
I've told him, I'm like, dude, so if I come out to LA, you'll get me a job, right? Like, I'll do anything you want me to. But I was just like, all right, have you met Ryan Gosling? Because that's my future husband. So you need to kind of, do you have any stories? And he's like, I can't tell these stories on during Zoom. He's like, when you're in person, I'll tell you these stories. I was like, okay, so I'm excited for those then. But like, that's the thing, it will be so exciting when we can actually all like see each other and like hang out in person. It's so funny. I'm just like, well, they know who I am when like we see each other like in person. I'm like, I hope so. But like, we spend so much time with each other like over like Zoom calls and stuff that like they're like my family. So
Of course.
Yeah. What's the camaraderie like to shift to a different part of your faction between yourself and all your fellow rookies? Because obviously there's yourself in singles with you. You have Frankie, you have Amaru, obviously, who joined for IG. You guys have a good number of rookies. So I'm sure that puts some sort of togetherness between you, because you're all kind of doing this for the first time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I literally have like a group chat, like group text chat with like Frankie and Amaru, and like we talk to each other like every single day about like Schmodown and just like life related and stuff. So it's nice like having like vets on a team too, but it's nice to be able to like, you are new to this, so it's nice that you can like have someone to be like, how do you feel about like the situation, or like such, like we're all in this together, whether you're a vet or a rookie. But it's nice when you have like rookies on your team too, because they understand where you're coming from too. But even the vets understand where you're coming from too, because they were at this point, they were at this stage at one point too. So it's nice that we all have each other's backs.
That's what makes them veterans, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Paige, I mean, to see you, because I did help you out that one time with the mock match, to see you go from that to this one match, that, I mean, you're definitely belong in the league, because right from the promo, I was entertained, and honestly, it just didn't slow down for me. You were perfect the whole way through it. I'm like, I want to see your next match. I want to see your next match. So
fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed. Hopefully, I'll get one then.
Now, I don't want you spoiling anything in the future, but I think we can talk about this past match. So you've been making the round. So before you're making the rounds, you're like, I want a match. I want a match. Did you actually know the date that you were going to make a match, have a match, or were you actually promoting, like, were you actually saying, I want a match, and then you got the match? Or did you actually have the match first, and then you're just promoting around?
Oh, no, I was literally like, someone give me a match.
Okay.
I'm always in Sam's ear anyways. Like, I get it. When you don't win your first match, that they give priority to those that won. But I was like, I need to be able to prove myself, and I want to come back. Like, I want to make sure that this happens. Like, I want my first W. I want to be able to prove to everyone in the Schmodown that I'm here. Like, I'm the real deal. So, yep, nope, that was all real. I was working my rounds to make sure someone would hear me. I knew Sam was hearing me the entire time, and he was working his magic, and it worked. So.
Yeah, because that was the kind of things like, okay, you have a match. I'm like, we're actually just hyping it up, because I know how sometimes that's how it happens. Because
no, definitely, yeah.
But I just that's one of the things. I'm glad Jay didn't mention that, because I'm like, when he started talking about you coming on, I'm like, oh no, is he going to ask my question? But I'm glad he didn't touch on that. So, thank you, Jay. Thank you.
But Frenchie, you got a question for Paige, the Boston Badass? Get out here, buddy.
Hey, Miss Paige, how you doing?
Hey. I love both the hockey jerseys on this side, especially like the Bruins one too. And then you got a nice Predators one.
Well, you're
one,
on. I had to bring out the Bruins one.
Yeah,
you can see it, but the second that Jay Wade had a screen on, I saw Soda putting on a fucking jersey like a madman to try to get a Boston right before you got on.
Yeah,
so
I had it in my lap the whole show.
All right, so
my
question to you see a lot of players, it takes a long time before they get comfortable with their character. From the first match, you see you were in it, but you were so nervous at the same time, and your character was there, but not 100%. And now to your promo video with hockey and a Bruins jersey, I really love that, by the way. And your confidence during your match and the character just seem much more natural and just there. Why and how did you progress so fast from match 1 to match 2?
Oh, I think for me though, like just being able to like have the time to just establish like your gameplay and your character, and to be able to work with like your lovely like faction behind you and stuff. Like when you have like such a badass faction that I have with like so many greats in it, it definitely gives you a boost of confidence and stuff. And you start feeling good when you know that your studying is paying off and that you're making like you're working your butt off for every little second. So I mean, I had that confidence in me in the first match, but obviously in the first match, like I didn't know what I was up against. And this one, I was at least a little nice because like there's more game tape on Rachel, so I kind of knew I was a fan of her before. So like it was nice to kind of know information like about her at least a little bit, and be able to rely on that from others, like on my faction being like, well, I played against her, so like here's like a pointer or something like that. But like even at the end of the day, though, it's you against the questions no matter what. And I've like come to realize that more and more, that I'm here to take those questions out. And if I can take my opponent out with me while I'm doing that, that's the game plan. So,
and that bleeds into your character, right? Because I'm feeling that the Boston Badass is just a hyped up version of you, and with that confidence, it just builds up like a really, really entertaining person to watch. Can't wait. Now, my last question to you is: are you going to integrate more hockey things? Because NHL has to be represented. There's too much NBA and NFL talk here on Schmodown. So are you going to integrate more hockey into Schmodown? Which is
I mean, hell yeah. If they'll keep having me, I'll keep doing it. I mean, he's like, that was probably one of the most expensive promos they've had. So, you guys is not cheap. But no, I mean, if they'll keep having me, I'll keep playing great matches and giving great promos. So.
All right. Well,
I'm not a sports guy, but I gotta admit, I love you singing on the ice. It just I love it.
You were aggressive in your element. You are where you're comfortable in the shows.
Yeah, and that was like the big thing for me. I was like, what are two things that I'm good at? Schmodown and hockey. Like, I might as well put those two together.
And us Canadians appreciate it. So what's next for, like, what's your next goal? Like, is it to get on a pay-per-view? Is it to be in a number 1 contenders match? Like, what is the next goal now that you've got the first one out of the way?
To get another damn match. Sure. I mean, for me, like, I would love to be like in the singles tournament. Like, I think those are the best 32 players in the league. Like, I want an opportunity to be like, hopefully someone thinks I'm one of the best out of the 32. Like, I work my damn butt off. So, I mean, there's so many greats in the league, but I feel like I have shown and proved that, like, I'm meant to be there because I care so damn much. And I'm studying my butt off to make it happen. So, who knows? We shall see. Fingers crossed, all you guys.
Hey, fingers, toes, all crossed.
Yes.
Let's see you in that tournament.
I'm crossing my legs, I'm crossing my arms, I'm crossing everything.
All right, perfect.
It's like a pretzel at this point.
Yes, exactly.
Sorry for showing my bare legs on TV.
You're muted, bro.
Either you're muted or you've lost your voice.
He's laughing, actually.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Before I kick it off to Frenchie here, I do real quick. I'm just curious. Does Sam make the rule book required reading, and like you guys have to know it? And like how does he approach the rule book with his?
I mean, it's so nice that he's been in the league, so he knows how the gameplay works, and he knows like the behind the scenes so much. So that definitely helps. I mean, don't get me wrong, we've all read it. It's like our little Bible. But for us, we're more worried about just winning and answering questions correctly. That we don't have to worry about the rule book because we're playing fair, and we're just hoping to get questions answered correctly. So, I mean, he's just awesome to have in your corner, though. He's like our number one cheerleader, and he has our back. And like I said, he knows the game so well because he was a player, manager, champion. So it's just like nice that he knows all aspect of it. So it's good to have him in your corner of the ring. That's for damn sure.
Thanks. Paige Frabetti, our interview is concluding, but you are going to stick around and play our game with us. So,
I'll stick around.
Yeah, guys. You want to hear something funny? The mic wasn't on that whole time.
No way.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, wow.
So smooth.